Lesson 13.4, Part B. We talked about if we were given side-side angle information, what does it look like and how will we do it? Because that information is not very good information, we need to check to see what kind of answers we will have. The first thing we're going to look for, as mentioned before, is do we have an acute angle or an obtuse angle? It is obtuse, which means we would follow this rule. So we're going to check and see if angle A is less than angle B, or if angle A is greater than angle B. Here is A, and here is B. 20 and 17. 20 is greater than 17. In other words, A was greater than 17. Or pardon me, actually I meant to say that A was greater than B. That means we are going to follow this rule, which means one solution. Knowing that it is one solution, we know when we are done, and if it is even possible. So from this point, let's use law of sines. Sine of 118 over its opposite side, which is lowercase a, so 20, equals, we have side B, that's 17, so that means we want sine of capital letter B, which means angle B. Because angle B is opposite side B, and we want those to be paired up. When we solve this, we will have 20 sine B equals 17 sine of 118. Divide by 20, sine has to stick with B. We have sine B equal to 17. Actually, I'm actually going to calculate that out. 17 times sine of 118 over 20 should give us 0.7505. This is an important place right here. We have to decide, how do we find B? Well, we're looking for an angle. So this is the place where you would do inverse. In other words, if I do sine inverse of both sides, and that means that the sines will cancel, and we're left with B equal to 49 degrees, approximately. And if angle A is 118, I can subtract that from 180. I can subtract B from that remainder, or difference, and we'll be left with 13 degrees. And here's the picture of the information they gave us, if that helps. We don't need a picture. How about no solution? Well, let's take a look at this. We have an acute angle. So if it's an acute angle, we're going to follow this rule. And we have 4 different things to look at. And to do this, we need to calculate what B sine A is. What B sine A is. B is 9. Sine of A is 50. We calculate B sine of A, that will come out to be 6.894. Now we're going to compare A to that. So 5 and 6.894. 5 is less than B sine A, or 6.8. So in other words, A is less than B sine A. So let's see what that looks like. right here. A is less than B sine of A. We had 5 is less than 6 point something. It tells us that if we were to draw it out, then that side, given the information we have, would not have been long enough to reach the third side. So given that it's 50 degrees and that this is 5 units long and this is 9, there's no way that would reach the third side to create a triangle. So no solution. Well, here we go. What does 2 solutions look like? Well, this is acute, which means we first of all want to decide, is it no solution, 1 solution, or 2 solution, even though we have a hint. Then we want to find out how they compare. So we'll go and we want to figure out A, which is 10. And we want to figure out B sine of A. B is 14. A is 39. And we calculate that out. We get 8.81. So how do these compare? It says that the A is greater than the B sine A. A is greater than the B sine A. So how does that fit in? A is greater than, no, there's less than, equal to, between. Now, is A greater than or equal to B? Let's just look at the numbers. Is A greater than or equal to B? We have 5 greater than or equal to 9. That doesn't work. So it looks like this one right here. Okay, which tells us that 14, I'm taking this from the notes, is greater than 10. In other words, B is greater than A, which was greater than 8.81. Whoops, I'm on the wrong page. I want this on the other page. Alright, so let's remember that piece right there. Sorry about that. I'm going to go to the next page. B is greater than A, which is greater than 8.81. 2 solutions. Alright, there's 2 things to look at. This side is long enough to reach. There's one scenario. But it could also go right here. So you have definitely 2 different triangles to look at. And in the next lesson, or the next part C, I will take a look at this and finish this problem. So this ends 13.4 part B.